yourselves in last night as fast as possible?
I mean, I think we had a meeting today to address some of the mistakes that were made, and I mean, the mistakes we made were just big mistakes. I think that was the issue, and I think that was kind of the issue in the last preseason game as well. So a lot of stuff to clean up, but those mistakes should be relatively easy to clean up. So it's game one. Can't ruin our confidence just because of one game. So I had a good meeting today. Had a practice to kind of hopefully flush those thoughts, and then come to the rink tomorrow excited, ready to go.
Is it disconcerting at all that you just spent 3 weeks preparing and then that's the first performance?
You know what? I've been on teams where the first game goes like that, and then you go on and finish second in the league and go to the conference final. You know, it's an interesting game. There's a lot going on between the ceremonies, the red carpet, a lot going on. So we gotta get it fixed fast, and there's no excuse for the mistakes, but it's not gonna one out of 82. You know, we can't let one game just beat us down, let you guys beat us down, ruin confidence, and then we're playing from behind all year. We're gonna come expecting to win tomorrow.
What was Mac's message? Was it kind of the same thing?
I mean, I'm sure he'll speak on it, but it was very stern. The mistakes that we made were, unacceptable, and I think everyone in here knows it. You know, each individual mistake, everyone knows it, but. Yeah, it's not gonna ruin our year because we lost the first game.
Are these mistakes the kind that can be fixed rather quickly?
Well, that's what I think. You know, like they're such big mistakes that lead to 2-on-1s, 3-on-1s that they are like easily fixable. It's just we've preached being aggressive, and we ended up being careless a little bit last night. So I think we got to be smart with it, and that's not going to change, the way we want to operate, but maybe just be a little bit smarter.
What did you think of the kind of energy to address some of those things at practice out there?
I thought practice was pretty good, and I thought towards the end it started to get a little bit more energy. I mean, you lose the first game, everyone comes in here, the music's quiet, not a lot of conversation. No one's overly happy from last night, but like I said, it's 1 out of 82, and we got to bring that excitement and energy, tomorrow, or else we're setting ourselves up for one loss to turn into 2.
Did it feel flat? Like, I know that's something Todd talked about.
I think we started off first 5 minutes were really good, and then one thing kind of happened, and then another thing kind of happened, and then it kind of really snowballed the rest of the first period. After, I think 5 minutes in, we were up 1-0, and I was shooting 5 or 6-0. So I think we kind of just snowballed a little bit on us. One mistake kind of led into 2 mistakes, led into 3 mistakes. But like I said, we got a lot of confidence in the group in here. We got confidence in, the goaltending forwards, both special teams. We're not going to let one game ruin all that.
How much of it is mental when things start to go bad to be able to respond quickly?
I mean, it's all mental, I would say. It's physically, it's game one. No one's tired game one. We hadn't played since Saturday. It's all mental. It's all, even within the shift, if we're coming off a couple bad shifts and we need something good to happen, like let's put a puck to the net. It's simplify, maybe sacrifice, a little bit of trying to make a play to be direct, to get a little bit of momentum, get them, facing their own net. There's so many ins and outs, shift to shift, of feeling the game, and we just got to do a little bit better job of that.
Is Toronto a lot different without Marner?
I guess we're going to find out tomorrow. I mean, I think they might be a little bit different in the sense of how their lineup is structured. Marner's a very, very good hockey player, so losing that's never easy. They have some guys that can carry the pill, and I don't want to say make up for it, but they have other guys that are star players, obviously. So it's going to be a test no matter what.
Thanks, Andrew.
Just about getting back into it now, and again, I think just getting the timing down and some of those things, and some extra practice is never a bad thing. So you just got to stay ready to go, and it's your opportunity to play.
In your experience, how long does it normally take you with a regular training camp and everything to feel like you're back at 100%?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think usually there's kind of there's that general build-up that you get when you start at day one. Obviously, you're kind of jumping on a little bit of a moving train here when you come a little bit later. But I think with my experience and been through this all sort of things before, it's almost like coming back from an injury in a way where you're just trying to build yourself back up and just make sure you're ready to go. And I think again, it's all about, especially I think when you first get back in, whenever that may be, is just mentally just being sharp with your details and things like that. And then kind of it's like riding a bike where it becomes more natural the more reps you get and things like that.
Have you ever started a season before without any preseason games due to injury or whatever?
I was actually thinking about that before. I don't think so. I know one year I think we had a lockout year where we came back and we played without a preseason game, but obviously everyone was in the same boat there. So no, I don't think I have, but I think again sometimes the preseason can be it's good in a way, but sometimes it can be a little misleading with all the different factors that go into that. So I think ultimately again you just prepare the best way you can, and there's nothing quite like live action in the regular season. So yeah, whenever I get that opportunity to do that, I'm excited for it and I'll be ready for it. What's
the challenge in potentially coming into a lineup after a team's coming off a game like yesterday?
The challenge of it. I mean, again, it's a long season. It's 82 games. Like, there's going to be games that don't go your way. And, again, obviously when it's the first one, it's probably a little bit more noticeable than if it's game 37 in the middle of the season. But, yeah, again, I think we'll be ready to go and have a good response game the next one.
How tough was it for you to have to watch last night and not be able to take part?
Yeah, this is again what I love to do, and trying to get more kind of comfortable with the guys and get to know the guys better. And I think there's no better way to do that than just being out there and being in the battle with the guys. So yeah, obviously I'm excited to get the opportunity to get back in there and do that eventually. So yeah, that's what I love to do.
Do you feel kind of acclimated around here at this point? It's kind of like one of the guys. I mean, do you not get lost around here at this point?
Yeah, you start to, day by day, I'm getting a little more comfortable with everyone, and I'm actually glad I came a couple days in August just to try to meet some of the guys, some of the staff, things like that, just so it wasn't completely new when I came for the season, so I'm definitely glad I did that. But again, I know a bunch of the guys. I knew a bunch of the guys previously on the team and some of the support staff and stuff like that before, so I think stuff like that makes any transition a little bit easier.
Leading into yesterday, you were talking about needing some evidence to go off of now that you've had the evening, the morning to kind of sit through that game. What was the evidence you got?
Boy, there's a lot. Too much evidence. They're all guilty. It was exactly what we thought and felt during the game. Liked the start, liked the energy that we had and in the building. And we got scored on, the first goal we got scored on something we knew was coming. We had pre-scouted it, we worked on it, and boom, that hit us like a 2x4, and then didn't really recover after that for the rest of the first period. It was outnumbered rush after outnumbered rush. I was actually shocked when I looked after the game and saw that they had 17 shots on goal and only 12 even strength, because they've had at least 12 outnumbered rushes, so they didn't convert on a number of them. But that didn't diminish the fact that we erred in a lot of those areas. And it's so much easier to fix if it's one player or maybe one line. This was team-wide. So we dealt with it today. We talked about managing a game much better than we did, and I told you you're going to hear this all year. That part of it was quite disappointing, but I do believe that we have better in there, and I'd like to see it come out, obviously, tomorrow.
When you say management, just for people that might not know, what exactly do you mean?
So game management is, we could all go play a game and just play hockey and then drive home and no big deal. When our group gets on the ice, there's certain things that we have to manage. We have to manage the score, the momentum. We have to manage whether teammates are tired. You have to know when you're getting on the ice, is the line tired that I'm out there with? You have to know the clock and the time. You have to manage retaliation situations. Casper's penalty in the first period, that took a little life out of us too. Didn't need to take it. You have to manage moments where maybe D are pinching and the forward has to cover and he has to hold longer. He can't just dive back in. So all of those situations build up in a game, and if you end up on the positive side of those, that ledger, most nights you really give yourself a good chance to win. No guarantee, but we were definitely on the negative side last night, and we didn't stand a chance. And there's a whole bunch more.
Todd, is it disconcerting that that was the performance after 3 weeks of preparation?
It was, but I also, I think I said I've been through this so many times where you leave and you go, wow, we really played well and we got it, or you're driving home and you're going, I haven't seen that team in 3.5 weeks. Like, in my mind, it was a carryover from the Toronto game here, the last exhibition game. We seemed to play really well in Toronto, which we did. I thought we played an exceptional game there. Came back and it just got loose, and we addressed it, but obviously we didn't get it corrected. So it's alarming. I don't know if it's alarming. It's disappointing, but if we can learn lessons and respond from them, great. If we can't learn the lesson, then it doesn't matter what we do.
Andrew Copp said there was a meeting. What was your message to the team?
Well, we have meetings after almost every game. Like I've said in the past, we have to catch them doing things right and reward them. And sometimes that's what we look at. That wasn't the case in this situation. We took them through moments in the game management moments. And I think when you're in it sometimes and you're playing, you come off, you're tired, you don't even realize how often it's happening and why it's occurring. You just hear coaches on the bench bitching and, hey, cover this, do that. But when you get to be fresh, sit in a theater room, watch it, and it can be pretty humbling when all of a sudden you're on the screen. You're clearly part of this, and you know exactly, in that moment, you know exactly what you did and why you did it, and you're thinking, man, I wish I wouldn't have. Those are the moments we have to clean up.
Todd, how do you strike that balance between wanting to play fast, up-tempo, de-joining the rush, but also not getting caught on odd man rushes that much?
Well, the responsibility of 5 guys as a unit is important. You can blame the D sometimes for jumping in at the wrong time and not having any support. You can blame the forwards for not supporting when the D does jump in. There's the execution. So we want to be a fast, aggressive, hard team to play against. I think for moments in that game last night we were. It's what we left on the table for the opposition that really hurt us, and we have to clean that part up. I don't know if you would agree with me or not. We've seen even through exhibition season, when we are going and doing things properly, we can be a handful. As soon as it gets away on us, the other team becomes a handful for us. So there's still striking the balance and working on things, understanding moments.
And update on JVR, do you think he'll be ready for tomorrow?
I think JVR is getting really close. Whether we use him tomorrow or not, that's still to be determined. If not, I expect him in tomorrow, Saturday, Monday. One of these Saturday, Monday type scenarios. But he's a hockey player now. He's back into it, and I think after him watching last night, he probably wants to get in there and try and make a difference as well.
Todd, how much of a litmus test is these first couple weeks? I mean, when you think about all these division games, all the top teams in the division, then you got Edmonton too. Mm-hmm. I mean, is that good?
It is. Well, it is. It is what it is. And when we came back from the All-Star break or the Four Nations break last year, I really didn't even realize that you guys all brought it up, the gauntlet we were going to run through. Well, we have that early in the year. But I will, we've talked about it as well. I think last year this team played the Rangers right off the bat a number of times, and Nashville, and they were a couple of the favorites. So sometimes it doesn't end up being what it's supposed to be. But the past indicates to us that we've got our hands full to begin with, and we got to play a lot better than we did.
You said last night, you expected guys to say, we'll fix it, and you wanted it to be now. Like, where does that kind of urgency come from for you? And did you sense that that was something they needed?
Well, I actually asked a couple, maybe 3 or 4 players, like, are we tired of this yet? And they were longtime Red Wings. They didn't come from other organizations. Just, you know, when is enough to play sloppy like that? And I wasn't blaming those players. I wasn't saying, hey, it's your fault. But it has to have an impact on those guys. They got to be sitting in there going, okay, enough already. But if those 4 start or 5 start and make a difference, then the rest will follow, and I'm hoping that will happen.
What did you take the most away from the performance of the 3 rookies that were making their debut last night?
Yeah, you know, it's got to be a hard game for them to play in, simply because it started well and then it just fell off the map, and they were part of it. I thought Axe, the first half of the game, he was a little effective. Then he got a little off his game for whatever reason. And then Brantz was, he was working and putting himself in a position, but not a lot got done, and not blaming him or anything like that. And Finn's used his speed, but wasn't quite as effective as it was prior. But when you're turning pucks over, it's hard to get in and forecheck. You're spending all your time working back. So, the 3 of them weren't necessarily at the scene of the crime a lot, which is a good sign. But also their effectiveness in the game was probably hampered by the way the team played.
What was your message to Gibby last night? And there were several players saying they felt that he was left out to dry. You agreed with that. Did you have a specific message for
I
him?
left Gibby alone. He's he's a veteran goaltender. We have a goaltender coach here that has sat down with him and worked with him. I focused my attention on the non-goalies, and they needed a lot of attention.
2 preseason games against Toronto. Now you have 2 regular season ones coming up. It's been a hearty dose of them. Do you take stock from their play in the preseason, and what stands out to you about the Leafs?
Well, they're the Leafs. They, they're offensively gifted. Mitch Marner or no Mitch Marner, they can score goals. And everybody, I don't know if anybody even remembers, but they pushed the Stanley Cup champs to the brink last year. Maybe it didn't go their way, but that's the type of team and quality of team they have. And our task is getting harder, the gauntlet, day by day. So we will look a little bit at some of the exhibition stuff, and certainly the Montreal game that they played. Good. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, Talbot didn't go.